happen. We're not saying there weren't no slaves or some Africans didn't cut. Keyword some. We're not saying that some Africans didn't come over, but what we are saying is that the transatlantic slave trade did not happen the way that it was told and that it's being taught to kids. You know what I'm saying? Because public school is not there to help the intelligent kids. Public school is literally put there to dumb kids down. They want workers. They don't want thinkers. They want to take your mind. They want to leave your body. Public school is Willie Lynch. But, we're going to talk about how us parents can get our kids up out of that later on. You know what I'm saying? Because it makes no sense in waking up and we still sending our kids to the, you know what I'm saying? So we're going to figure out a way how to come together and do all that. But let me go ahead and flip this real quick. Today's conversations. For one, we're going to start off with these two words, albino, such as aldibus and negro. We're going to start with those two because for the longest, nobody's been called by who they really are, their nationality or you know what I'm saying? I don't want to say race because race was fairly created recently in the 1600s, late mid 1600s at that. So race was never around prior to 1600s. So now, when you say white person, you're saying albino person because albino comes from the Latin word albus, which literally means white. Okay, now, negro. Negro literally means black. There's nothing deep behind it. There's no hidden meaning, no nothing. Negro literally means black because who? The Spanish and Portuguese gave you albino and aldibus. The Spanish and Portuguese gave you negro at the same time. Boy, the Spanish and Portuguese was busy one day. They gave you negro, black. They gave you albino, albus, white. Now, my thing is this. Why are we still going by these terms when the Spanish and Portuguese have not had control over these lands or the people of these lands for the longest? Keep that in mind. So now, for those who get mad when I say I am not part of no black community, bro, I am not no Negro. I'm not no Negro, bro. That's disrespectful. That's degrading. And if you call me black, that's the same thing as calling me a Negro. Literally, it's the same exact thing. The government just found a clever way to still call you a Negro. These folks will never recognize you for who you are. They'll never go. Come on, man. All these racial classifications that we went through, and we the only ones that went through that. These people just found a clever, politically correct way to still degrade your ass. So when you go put in your job application, don't see black, see Negro. Ain't shit changed. When you fill out your census, look, Negro. You feel me? You don't see black, you see Negro. Because black and Negro is the same thing. You're in turn still calling yourself a Negro. So now when you go out here and you talking about Black Lives Matter, you talking about Negro Lives Matter. Come on, man. You go around telling everybody, I'm black, I'm blickety black, I'm black. You Negro, niggity, Negro. That's all you saying. That's all I hear when you say that. You feel me? That it don't. So why are you still calling yourself? Forget all the deep terminology on you civilly by law, dead, and push that shit to the side. We're gonna deal with basic, simple facts. Why are you still calling yourself black? When you talk about black community, Negro community, you're still not giving yourself an identity. You still going by what these people done called you. No matter what. Why do you want that word attached to you? You know what I'm saying? Your skin is not black. You're not a Negro. You feel me? You came from somewhere ancient. Drop that gem. You came from somewhere ancient. You have an identity. Drop a gem. That's why we say do your genealogy. Talk to the oldest person in your family, whether it's your great uncle, great auntie, whatever the case may be. Your grandmama still living. I'm talking about old school grandmamas. I'm not talking about these new school grandmamas who've been brainwashed to call themselves black as well. I done ran a couple of people like, I done asked my grandmother where we came from. Listen, I done had people say this to me. I done asked my grandmother where my people come from, and she said we're black. Black is not a place. You asked your grandmother where you guys come from, and she told you black. Black is not a place. That means your grandmother, when she was growing up, she got indoctrinated. Anybody who's old school, who's calling themselves black, they are indoctrinated, successfully been indoctrinated because they want the kids. Again, public school is where you're taught. Again, public school is where you're taught to degrade yourself. You know what I'm saying? Facts. So now, like I say, my dad born 1955. This gentleman right here, Vietnam vet. You feel me? This gentleman right here, born 1955. Well, he told me, he said, back in my day, if you called me black, you damn near calling me a Negro. You might as well put your fist up and get ready to fight. It's still degrading. Call me by my name, and if you don't know my name, simply ask me. Now, when you want to know where a person come from and heritage and all that type of stuff, then you got to talk to that person as an individual. You can't generalize all dark-skinned people in America. Oh, we all came from Africa. No, we all the fuck didn't. This is why you need to do your genealogy. Some of y'all came from the Black Dutch. Some of y'all came from the black Anglos, who's part of the Anglo-Saxons. Some people were the Puritans who came off here, off the Mayfield and shit. Some of you have Black Irish. Some of you have all this type of stuff inside your roots. And if you do your genealogy, you'll figure out that, damn, 95% of my ancestors in this genealogy either all was already here or they came from Europe. I'm still waiting on these slave laws and these slave ships from Africa. Because the only slaves that left Africa ended up in Brazil, in Central America, such as Mexico. And very few made it here. I'm talking about very few, not even enough to make 50 million black folks on the face of this North America plane. So genealogy is important. And I don't like dealing with closed-minded people for real who like to generalize all black folks. Oh, you all stepped off the boat. You all came from Africa. You know, the government called you black, so we gonna call you black. So the government called us a Negro, so you gonna call us Negro. So if the government jump off a bridge, you gonna jump off behind their ass instead of sitting down and talking to us individually to figure out where we actually come from. You feel me? To find out where we actually really come from as an individual. You know what I'm saying? Uh-oh, I got them trolls. I got them feds sending me live requests. You know how they do. So, yeah, man, stop generalization. And it's crazy because we are the only group of people that everybody in the world can generalize. Oh, all black people came from Africa. Then if we see Blah Moon people, we be like, well, all y'all came from Europe. No, we all didn't. I am an indigenous Mexican. No, we didn't. I am an indigenous Irish person. No, we're all different. My heritage leads back to Germany. Oh, so all y'all got so all y'all different. All y'all could defend your skin tone. Is like, oh, all y'all could do that. But when it come to us, we all just have to be in this fucking box from Africa. West Africa at that. They don't tell you the whole continent. They just like West Africa. So that means the other part of Africa was what? You see what they doing to Egypt over there, right? You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing, though, about East Africa and Northeast Africa and Hindustan and everything that a lot of people don't understand real quick. I'm going to show y'all something real quick. And keep in mind Gondwana. And we're going to come back to this, though. But check this out, though. Check this out. Well, for one, the reason why Joe Biden is bringing in all these immigrants from the Middle East and Hindustan and all this, and the reason why your Arabs in the marathon don't like your ass and all this type of shit, because India people are Caucasians. I'm trying to tell y'all, boy, this banner of Caucasian and white and Blah Moon supremacy is wide as hell, and not everybody under this banner of Caucasian is this color, man. And this is why I always tell people, not all skin folk is your kinfolk. Everybody was like, man, melanated people is all over the world. Look at these dark-skinned India people. Them dark-skinned India people are Caucasians. They're not you. You know what I'm saying? And check this out. The Northeast Africans that's inside that Egypt range in the Middle East, they're closely related to Caucasians as well. There's a whole lot of dark-skinned people who's related to Caucasians. When y'all talk about the Australian Aboriginals, they got Neanderthal DNA. Those are closely related to Caucasians as well. Boy, y'all better decolonize y'all mind from this colorism, boy. This colorism is the reason why us, Black Americans, are falling behind and we're last, because everybody in the world know this shit. But they playing the game on you. You the only one in the world that's been reclassified 10 times. Everybody else been Asian. Everybody else still Japanese. Everybody else is still Zimbabwe, Nigerian. Everybody else in Africa is still African. Still got 2,000 languages. Still got all their culture, that, you know, all that type of shit like that. But we came from Africa though. But Africa been enslaved like everybody else. Actually, they been enslaved first type of ordeal. But they still got their culture, still got their history, still got their language, still got their food, still got everything. Hell, most of them even got their fucking land. Shout out to the Republic of Congo. But you know what I'm saying? You are the only person in history that's been reclassified over 10 times. Over 10 times. Over 10 times. And then they be like, well, Negro stands for African. Boy, Africans ain't never been called Negroes. They come over here and they're called Americans. These folks come over here and get more rights than you. And if you haven't learned that you are indigenous to this soil, you better peep game, because you're the only one that's on this soil getting fucked over, getting the short end of the stick, getting oppressed. Now, you don't oppress people that's from somebody else, because these folks been bringing immigrants in the whole time. Now, if you came from somewhere else and your family came from somewhere else, you should be getting the same treatment as every other immigrant on this motherfucker, bro. But you don't. Everybody get a chance to come over here, you know, claim white, get high credit scores. They can open up stores and hotels and all this type of shit. Like, I'll put stores inside yo $1.6 trillion community and get rich off you. You know what I'm saying? And to my Latinos across that bridge, you better decolonize your mind from the colorism too, because they won't let you over here across the border for a reason. They won't let you over here across the border for a reason, but these folks be letting Hindustan people over this motherfucker at will and giving these folks over $1 billion. To my Blah Moon people, you better decolonize your mind, because for y'all to be patriots and American, and this is American soil, your American government, it ain't even your American government. Washington D.C. ain't even a part of America. But these folks is letting immigrants in, since y'all want to, we're American way and the patriot, this is our soil and land. Okay, our soil and our land. These folks giving all these immigrants over here your soil and your land and your jobs and your money, and they doing all this type of shit, but y'all still going over here voting for these folks. What the? Come on, man. Y'all still voting for these folks. Blah Moon people, your average regular Blah Moon people out here in the matrix with us with a 9 to 5 trying to make it, they don't like you. They don't like you. The elites don't like you. The elites enslaved you too. The elites is doing you bad as well. The elites is fucking over you. Now, all skin folk is your kinfolk. That goes for y'all too. Y'all better wake up and decolonize y'all minds. Race never existed until the late 1600s. So therefore, racism didn't exist until when? Exactly. So before 1600s, what that mean? Blah Moon people, copper color people, all type of people. We was chilling. We was chilling. We was cool. We wasn't fucking with nobody, no none of that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better peep game. These folks are Caucasians, man. So now when you go inside these stores, you got new eyes. You're welcome. I gave you new eyes to see. These folks are Caucasian, man. That umbrella is big. Let me catch up in the comments real quick before I continue. Race is inherited, always existed. Alex, no it don't. I can tell you the dude who created race. The dude who created race and the theory of race is called Charles Darwin. You're a Darwinism. You're eugenics. That's literally brainwashing you. Race never existed. The definition of race is a competition. You peeping game? Etymology, words and spells. Race automatically puts people in a competition with each other. When you hear race, it automatically puts you in a competition with each other. Everybody gotta be better than everybody. It's supremacy and inferior. All that old crazy shit. Race never existed. People had tribes. People went off of tribes. Anglo-Saxons, that's a tribe. Germanic tribes. American Indians had tribes. African people still go by tribes. Everybody was tribal. There was no such thing as race. There's no such thing as race. Race don't even make sense when you look at the census. Go look at the census. Race classifications don't make sense. The key word is classifications. It's classism. So go look at the census. It don't even make sense. You got white, black, color. Both of those are colors. White, black. Then you got Asian. You know what I'm saying? African. You got all these country names, but the two at the top are colors. How is that a race? Like, what? Like, Come on, man. Alex, I'm telling you, decolonize your mind, man, because they done pulled the wool over your eyes too. Unless you one of those elites on here jumping in, just trying to see what we doing. You know what I'm saying? Let me catch up in the comments real quick. Nigga said, who raised this dude? Well, bro, judging by your profile, you're following, what, 10,000 people. You have no likes and no content or nothing. Who raised you? Because it looks like you a follower more than a leader, bro. We're going to go ahead and get you up out of here, though. Go ahead and get you right. Yep, they use DNA to prove this. Wait, no notification. Low IQ is scary. I don't know why people want to hold on. What the fuck did Morpheus say? Some people just not ready to unplug from the Matrix. Oh, man. That's a lot of people that don't understand, but you do, huh? A lot of people understand. That's why they never deport us, because they can't. We was all exactly, my blue boy. They can't. Boy is ranting alone. Well, who am I gonna rant to? I'm on live talking to folks. Try again. Go ahead and get you up out of here. Trolls are people with difficult opinions, I guess. Opinions don't have no room for truth and facts, so say all this to the police next time you get stopped. I have. A lot of police know this. A lot of police are agents. a lot of police are agents. They know this shit. Colonized brother. Your name says it all. Your name says colonized brother. That says it all right there. You fool, boy, y'all fool. How did you come to this conclusion? By reading an ass of books. Some shit that a lot of people don't do. You can come to the same conclusion too. How do you do your genealogy? You can go to Ancestry.com. You can start by the oldest person in your family. You start by women predominantly, because women names change a long time. You start by Ancestry.com or whatever the case may be. You gotta start with your mother. Start with your mother's maiden name. Start with her mother's maiden name. Start with birth dates, birthplaces. Start with marriage certificates, death certificates, all that type of stuff. And then just keep going back, keep going back, keep going back. You know, and it all makes sense. Todd Wilson, do any of us really know where we come from? I do. I know exactly where I came from. Who gonna know your family better than your family? Who's gonna know your family better than the women who gave birth to your family? This is why you gotta talk to your grandmothers, great grandmothers, and all the women in your family. Who would know the family better than the family? So you telling me that some unknown government who ain't never met you as an individual and your family as an individual gonna tell you about you and your family as an individual, bro? Makes sense. You won't even let nobody in the streets tell you about you. So why you gonna let these people tell you about you? Why? Because they got some damn suit on and they propose as authority figure. These folks ain't, man, y'all better wake up. Wake up, man. And cut this down soon. Let me catch up in the comments. Shout out to everybody that's in here. You guys didn't document your history. Who told you that? Who told you that? Who told? Everybody documented our history, bro. White people documented their history. Asian people documented their history. African people documented their history. Everybody documented their history. It's on the fucking walls, engraved stones and everything. Y'all just be saying anything on here. Y'all just be saying anything on here. I missed y'all too. Oh, man. Oh, man. I missed y'all too. Everybody need to wake up. Lakeisha, everybody's not going to wake up because everybody's not meant to wake up. A lot of people got calcified pineal glands. A lot of people are illiterate. 52% of American adults are illiterate. Means they don't have no comprehension skill. They don't have no critical thinking skill. Common sense ain't common no more because the government then intentionally dumbed down everybody with the fluoride and the aluminum and the mercury and everything they put inside your food and everything like that. All this sugar and stuff that they pumping inside the kids, and parents think their kids got ADHD. Now your kids just addicted to sugar. They're junkies. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this stuff, man, come on, man. It kills me how many people trust the government when the government don't even like your ass. The government just burnt everybody income taxes. Over $1 billion of income taxes, the government's quote unquote burned, but they kept it for themselves, but y'all still trust these folks. Huh? Come on, man, make that shit make sense. Y'all loyalty to these folks is crazy. And again, it takes nothing to read. It takes nothing to do your genealogy. What do you think of Shem? Shem is over here in America, and we are them. Them are us. Don't let them lie to you. They have records of the slaves who were the moms and dads and origins. Man, these folks got all that type of shit, bro. You are born to a continent by birthright. BlackRock them purchased. Yup. BlackRock them purchased Ancestry.com, but there's other Ancestry.coms. You can go to OklahomaHistory.org and you can search those records for stuff too. Man, these records is everywhere. You can go to National Archives. If you got Mormon people or Amish people in your community, these folks even got documents and genealogy records inside their church. It's a church that's underground. They got everybody shit. For real, it's a church underground. They got everybody shit. It's underground. They got everybody shit. These folks ain't destroyed, burned none of that shit. They moved it underground. Because it's still cities underground. The Titanian Empire. All these folks did was just build shit over what was already down there. And you got people that's living under there still. They don't want facts. They want conflicts, most definitely. Yes, I'm stuck at my great-grandmother. Tabitha, your great-grandmother, here's a lot of secrets that I had to learn about mine too when I got stuck. A lot of our grandparents and great-grandparents, they got married over 3 to 4 times. I'm trying to tell you. Like, there's a lot of family secrets and stuff inside our family and stuff like that. Like, you got to really just sit down and talk to, like, just the oldest people. Like, my grandmama's mother, I had a hard time finding her, not knowing that her last name done changed 3 times because she done got married 3 times. So, every one of those names that she had, there's documents on her. And then, another thing. Our ancestors, they spelled how they talk. You know what I'm saying? Just like us in the South sometimes, we spell how they talk. So the spelling of our names today, it was not literally the spelling of their names that they used back then. And then a lot of people use their nicknames on census and everything like that too. So, like for instance, like my last name Dooley, Dooley. When I started digging back in the census, it was like multiple different spellings. Like you could spell it Dolley. It was Dulley, Dooley. But all these people are the same folks, same kids, same birthplace, same birth date, same everything. You know what I'm saying? And then too, a lot of the census takers who would come to the house to take the census, it was a time where our people stopped filling it out for themselves because you could fill out your census on yourself and turn it in. Like nowadays, they going back to that. Because the 2020 census we just did, you had to fill that shit out yourself and turn it in. But it was a point in time back then, the U.S. Marshals would come around and take the census. And a lot of them folks couldn't spell their damn self. So they would misspell your name. No different than when you get a mail inside the mail or you go to class and they be misspelling your name. You be like, nigga, that ain't my... Y'all spelled my name wrong. No different than that. So... Hey, it gets tricky. It takes patience and it takes real diligence, and it's time consuming. But if you really want to know the truth and really know history and really want to know where you as an individual come from, because you can't generalize all dark-skinned people, but if you want to know where you came from, man, do it, apply it, and you'll be surprised how many of us wasn't even slaves. Like my family, I dug in my family all the way to my 12th great grandparent. Not one slave in that motherfucker. Not one slave. Not one slave. Everybody was farmers. They owned land grants, land patents, everything. Not one slave in there. So I'm sitting here like, okay, well, how many people like this? How many people where I'm from got the same story? Because I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. You heard me? So I wonder how many people inside my had got this same stuff. Because a lot of our people been in these places for a long time. And history says that, man, we had over 23 million acres of land that was worth over $50 billion. From the early 1800s all the way to 1945 exactly is when we lost everything during the Reconstruction period. You know what I'm saying? So, if we came from slaves, how we got all this land? And how was it worth that much? And then they say that the South was so racist. Well, how was 23 million acres of land was all in the South? It was all in the South. We literally ran the South. But they tell you the South is the most racist and they flew Confederate flags. KKK ain't never flew no Confederate flag. They ain't never flew no Confederate flag. So that's already a hole inside the story right there. But you know, it gets deep, Tabitha. You know what I'm saying? Just try different spellings, try nicknames if you know some people with nicknames and stuff like